Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now it's live stream, yes, Tuesday night, and we are live. As you can see, we're currently starting off with this, and yes, we'll just get rid of that. I think I better turn my notifications off, so we don't want them running around riot, do we? So, boom, there we go. Turn them off, so we're not going to have them running riot tonight. So, tonight's show, we're basically going to be looking at solo armadas. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that some of the content creators have already released their videos on solo armadas and give you ideas of crews. I'm also going to be running my own set. I'm also going to give you, damn, it's still appearing. So, but yeah, I'll be running armadas and generally giving you what I feel is another approach at armadas. So, how about we get into the game? So let me just get the screencast on, and obviously the camera's going to disappear for a minute. So if you just bear with... Oh no, is the camera still there? The camera's still there. I'm in the bottom corner. It's the wrong corner, but hey ho, what the difference? So let's get myself moved over. Make myself bigger. So as you can see at the minute, we've got a ship flying up as well, because I'm currently sending the fleet into... Is it Alphos or something like that? Yep, that's where I'll be sending them to do the armadas. I currently have 3 available armadas, but I think we best off double checking that one, just to be on the safe side. Let me go and get that up, changed up. And right, so let's have a look. So we need to go into items. Blah, 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 blah. And of course, because they are new ones, we're going to have to scroll right down past all the crap in our stores. Edicts. Let me have a look. No, 3. Yep, okay, credits. And, oh no, I must have passed them then. Oh, here we go. Right, so there we go. Yes, I have 3 uncommons available to use. That is brilliant. So we can definitely work on that one. And then, as you can see, I've got 175 rare ones. So yeah, with the loot, I should be able to pull that tonight, all being well. So how about we crack on with it? Yeah. So let's move that down out of the way. Now, we have just received a notification as well from Eco with the patch notes available for the current update, which was dropped on our heads this morning. Yes, some of us got kicked out of the game for no apparent reason, and it turned out it was maintenance. Yes, maintenance. It was the addition of additional content, which is over there right now. And it starts off with an interesting sentence. Are you all enjoying the Bajoran faction and the challenges that the solo armadas bring? Well, how about you answer that question yourselves? Are you enjoying it? Personally, I've not got fully into it, so I can't really comment too much about it. And I've noticed that my light's really flickering, but yet the light itself's actually not doing anything. So I'm wondering if it's my camera, which will be interesting. That best not carry on too much, because it's going to get very annoying. But yeah, so drop in the comments how you think. Hi Andrew, welcome to the show, mate. Also, welcome to those who are currently watching. Yeah, how are you finding the faction stores? Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying the change in loot from the Jem'Hadar ships and the change in payouts in the actual faction store? I've actually not got a chance to go into it, but I've had a quick look, and to be perfectly honest, the grind doesn't seem any different. It doesn't seem any different. So because they've dropped the loot in the Jem'Hadar ships, now this is my personal opinion, I've not run much today because I've been very, very busy today repairing a broken dryer and things like that. But it's disco time for Alliance mate. Oh, hi buddy. You're gonna have to let me know which player you are. is that you, Iron? So, oh, and Elias has let me know that I'm live. Obviously, it's the alliance I'm currently in at the minute. I'll let them know I was going live. But yeah, so I've not had a chance to run too much, but I did, after maintenance, I did do a quick run at the Gem Hadar. Notice the, yeah, I just noticed, mate. I did a quick run at the Gem Hadar, and yes, the loot drops have done, but I still couldn't make the 9,200 antimatter units I needed to do a pull. But there was a reason why I didn't make that, and that's because, where are we? Oh, hello. I went here. I went to this system with my jellyfish, PMC crow, and I was attacking there. Obviously now that does cause a bit of a problem, because obviously you got all 3 different types, and I was hitting all 3 different types. If I focused purely on the explorers, maybe I would have survived. But my recommendation is, when it comes to the Gemini ships, don't bat any higher than you necessarily have to. If need be, keep it around your own level. The chances are you are going to make it. Or if you really, really want to grind, go lower. Yeah, go low, but you will be hitting more targets. So, just a quick catch up on the comments. Andrew, I got at least my first favourite. Oh, brilliant. Well done, mate. It's just one too many things to keep up with. Yes, it is. And I did mention this in my last video. And also, thank you. I only replied to the comment this evening as well. I can't remember what it was, but it put a nice lengthy comment on that video about why my idea of a personalised checklist or dailies is probably not the best thing for the game. And to be honest, what he said, it was valid points, and it made me actually think twice about what I really thought about it. And it was like, well, actually, yeah, you have got a point, and it could come down to rewards and all that. And there was varying points. So obviously, I do appreciate comments like that, and it was actually fantastic to read, and I do enjoy reading them. Also, Nuts comments as well. I don't know if he's joining us yet, but I'm sure he will at some point. But obviously he does comment a lot, and also he was against the personalised idea as well. So, yeah, okay, that's only 2 people so far who's commented. If you've got your suggestions on that one, please do drop them in the comments, either here on this live stream or drop them on that video as well. But anyway, quick I'm late, but a bloody good day to all. Oh, hi, wait. No, you're not late, mate, because we've not long just started. CP Fisher, that was you, wasn't it? It was you who dropped that comment. I really do appreciate that. I mean, it was constructive. It was everything I'd like to see in a comment. If you got an objection, if you disagree with what I say, you told me you disagree with it, and you told me why. That's what I like to see. And also, like I say, you made points which made me think, this guy's got a point. Maybe I was wrong to think that. It was an idea, but that's what we can do, is we can throw out ideas, because we know full well Scopley's never going to listen. Hence the reason why, at the minute, we are currently having a bit of a crap out. We're getting some good content added in. I can't deny that. We are getting good content. But the events and the way the arc is running at the minute is very poor. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I got the favour to increase the loot from the hostile grind to turn in for the solo armadas. Ooh. Which one was... Now you've got me thinking on that one, Andrew. Let's have a look at that, shall we? So, let's go down there. So before we quickly jump on that one, we started off with that over there, didn't we? So we best off carrying it on. So, this is what was added, was the automated defences, and it does actually bring it up nicely in the Bajoran store. It's all these things. Yes, it's all your miners. In a minute, I've got G3 and G4 miners, and they are faction miners only. And basically what it is, you get to your strong par, and you're going to need these. These are going to enable your miners to greatly increase their automated defences when on a mining node. So basically, some Prophet's Prize, we'll have a look at that one in a sec, but it greatly increases your combat ability. Now, what that percentage is, it's not mentioned. What's new? But, yeah, it says drastically increased. So let's just say it could probably go up by 2%. You never know. But that could be drastic in Scopley's eyes. But for me, I would say a drastic increase is something like increasing damage, not base damage, actual damage, where including your research and everything. I'd say increase that by 200%. That's a drastic increase for me. But I don't know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. There's one for hostile loot, one for armada loot, and I can't remember which one. Right, so let's have a look. So, there's also some bug fixes. Fix an issue when the submarine of discovery, a 0 appeared above the ships in the same system. Okay. What improvements have we got? What improvements? Commanders, operative and above can now collect resources and build... Now, we all noticed that from the update, that operative and above can do it. It's not just Commodores and it's not just Admirals. It's now pretty much anybody in the fleet if you are not an agent. I'm an agent in my current fleet, so I'm not going to... But they've got 3 specific people in the fleet who focus on the starbase, which is an ideal tactic for alliances. Get somebody, a couple of people to concentrate on the starbase, give them that responsibility, so that way you've not got too many players trying to do too many things at once and too many different ideas. So it's obviously, I've only joined this alliance a couple of days ago. They're a brilliant bunch, and it seems like they've got how they want to do the starbase setup, and it seems to work for them. So I'll let them say, yeah, okay, I'll chuck in some ideas every now and again, but it's down to them to whether or not they go for it. So made an improvement where the ship ability cooldowns now appear on the ship ability icon. I think we'll find that out with the Cerritos later on. Made an improvement where the duration of a ship ability now appears on the ship ability icon. Again, we'll check that with the Cerritos later. Made the improvement that the duration of the ability on a ship isn't your own and is visible when isn't on your own, is more visible selecting it. Okay, am I reading that wrong, or does that seem a little bit confusing? I don't know. Made an improvement that the duration of an ability on a ship that isn't your own is more visible when selecting. Now I've got it. Now I've actually slowed down and actually read it. It makes more sense. Reduce the cost of the hostile exchange bundle and the loot drop from Jem'Hadar hostiles by 10 times. This was to elevate cargo space limitations for commanders at specific ops levels. So there you go. Specific reason why the Jem'Hadar are not giving out as much as what they used to. And it was a case with the higher level players. Their cargo base just weren't big enough on the ships that they needed to use. So it's costing them more time in running backwards and forwards just to get the loot that they needed. So now they can actually build that loot up in a single run, most likely. So that is aimed at more the higher levels. So if there's someone else, that's if someone debuffs your ship. Yeah, cheers, Andrew. So, right. So, that's that. Now we'll have Kayla up. Now, these... And it's not there, it's down here, isn't it? Right, so what we got? Prophet's Construction... Prophet's Rage, Prophet's Prize. So you went for this one. Increases loot rewards from Dominion hostiles. Right, so this is going to be the one that we are necessarily going to be wanting to focus on now, first of all. So, yeah, do this one. It's going to bump that loot back up. Now, let's actually nip into the favours themselves and have a look. And it's going to start off at 50%. It's going to start at 50%, and by the time you've got it fully leveled up, it's going to be 200%. So that's not going to be too bad. I'll actually enjoy using that one when I get 400 credits. But yeah, at the minute I'm trying to sort of like focus on getting my shipyard, my ship hangar up to level 41, so I can take advantage of the hull buff that it gives for my ships. And then you got Prophet's Reward, which is increases uncommon, rare, and epic solar armada credits dropped from the targets. So, yeah, there's a good one. Let's have a look. Yes, with my cup of tea again tonight. Profits reward, here we go. Starts off 50%. Here you go. Exactly the same. But the power gain, to begin with, is actually high. Nearly twice as high. Ooh, that's nice. So, that's them. Now, let's get into the first armada. But first of all, I'm going to show you the cruise that I'm running. I have looked at Rev Juice's video on the cruise that he was running, and you'll probably see a little bit of similarity on some of them. And I've also looked at another YouTube video which placed out several crews. It's a 1-minute video, and it's literally just like 4 sets of crews using mines. And the person who created it has actually put the reason why those crews, and he's also suggested replacements. So I do recommend that you do check that out if you're not sure about Armada crews. So, right. So how about we find the Enterprise? So, the ships I will be using, let's, how about we bring them all together? So, trust one ship to be like 60 miles away. So, I'm going to be using the Jellyfish, the Enterprise, and the Augur. Now, the Jellyfish is my most powerful ship, but it's also the best PvE ship in the game at my level. Again, the Augur and the Enterprise can also do PvP. They're also pretty damn good at it. But the problem is they are G3 epics, and they do take some getting up before they become semi-good. And then the Augur is pretty much going to be my sacrificial lamb ship on this one. It's going to be like the support ship. But what cruise am I running? Well, we'll start with the Jellyfish, the big one. First of all, I'm running the Boar crew with Khan. This is purely mitigation. Now, I did do some numbers on this, and let's see if I write them down. I'm not kidding you. When I write them down, no, not there, not there. There we go. So now if you can just see that. Just a little bit of maths. What I can tell you now, and what I learnt about these armadas, and bear in mind that these are also the level 41 uncommons. The average mitigation for these, the amount of weapons that disappear off into space is between 56 and 59%. So for those of you who like to crunch the numbers, 56 to 59%. That's what it does. Now this crew, I can tell you now, I did actually speak to a couple of people who suggested some slight alterations to the crews that I was using. But this crew, because of him and Five's captain's ability, by the time I finished a 24-round fight, they knocked the mitigation against this Jellyfish down to 17%. Now, the other two ships were still taking, on average, the 56 to 59% mitigation, because the mitigation is per ship. So when you're loading your ships out, bear that in mind. You can bring 3. You don't necessarily need all 3. If you're a high level, you're punching lower. If you're punching about average to yourself, I would definitely recommend the 3 ships. But the ships you're using will have their own mitigation. It's their own mitigation. So by the time these get fully going, and we will look at the battle log after this, and I will call up the calculator on my laptop, on my very old laptop next to me, and I will crunch some numbers. But it is this, the Jellyfish actually reduced the most mitigation. The Enterprise and the Augur, they did their own mitigation, and to be perfectly honest, they really did not. No, they really didn't change it. I think I'm just looking at my numbers. 59, 59, 58, 56, 56. Yeah. Now, let's also as well, Khan is going to boost your critical. So obviously, the more times that the Jellyfish is hit, the more Khan's ability is going to stack on top of each other. So basically means by the time you get to the higher level rounds with him, hey Alexis, you're going to end up hitting critical from the jellyfish. Yeah, the jellyfish will keep hitting. Now, next up is the auger. Now, for those of you who did watch the Rev Juice video, you'll see this crew's familiar. I originally ran, when I did these figures, actually the full Synergy crew. Wasn't much difference. So I'm going to test this one out because, obviously, Giorgio was going to work for the auger's weapon. Yeah, when the ship is burning. And this is a stackable ability. Yes. So every time the augers hit, it's going to increase all my weapon damage, excuse me, by 98% every single time. That's going to make the auger firing quite strong. It's going to make its DPR strong. And then obviously you've got your Cisco for his captain's ability here. And obviously, as you can see, that's only synergied with Miles, so it only brings it to 900. If I put Kira in, it'll take it to the 1400. I can't wait to source your own jellyfish. Yeah. The jellyfish is a decent vessel in PvE. If you're trying to use it in PvP, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's like the PvP event that we've recently just had. Hi Kevin, nice to see you here. The PvP event that we just had in the Cardassian, the Dominion Wars. The system that I had to go to, my Augur and Enterprise couldn't reach. I had to summon them with the Discovery. I was kind of miffed with that one because incursions, I've actually got a system in the low level which they can reach quite easily. It's a warp 40 range. But yet I was put into a warp 70 range system. Was it warp 70 or was it 75? I think it might have been 70. And it was very annoying. Having to waste some go-go juice on that. But, luckily, 2 runs each. Boom, jobs are good 'em. So that was the upside to that mission. And it was in dark space too. Yes, it was. It was in deep space. So that was very annoying. But luckily, it was easily done. The points weren't too high. So, I suppose there was a bit of a trade-off on newer servers when no one... yeah, that's definitely true, Andrew. The Jellyfish is a better PvP ship on the newer servers. So, right, quick, Andrew, you also mentioned some crews here. Augur, Kirk, Spock, Khan, Enterprise, 5-6 TOS Kirk, Beverly and Jordy Beverly Tash on a Bortus. The Bortus dies for me, but the 35s are giving me plenty and just obsolescent. Yeah, Andrew, that's absolutely fine. Keep hitting those 35s because the next one on that 35 is the ones we're going to hit tonight. Is the ones we are going to hit tonight. That's the next one's up. So keep hitting those 35s. Keep building it up. Anyone who caught not Rev Juice's Ultimate DJ's podcast a good few nights ago now, he actually had 2 members of game design on, and one of them was the one who designed all this Bajoran stuff, and he did say it was aimed at G4 and G5, but players down as far as level 35 can actually join. Those of you who can actually get to the systems, which is warp 35 it all starts at, I think it was. Is it warp 35? Yeah, something like that. If you can reach it, you can start it. Literally, you can start it. Start grinding out those Gemini. If you've got access to that faction, the Bajoran faction store, start getting those armadas if you can. If you remember on my last live stream when we was introduced to all this and we got those armadas, you'll see that I took a Saladin, a Bortus and a Centaurian to a level... Aussie, hitting the big one first, which they got all wiped out. Hit the level 35, they all came away from that one quite nicely. Granted, they were maxed, they were all tier 9, level 45 ships. But it just shows that those level 28 ships, properly leveled, properly crewed, research as well also helps. Worked a dream. Now, as well, I've just remembered, I'm prattling on here about crews and everything. I've got an Exocom burning in the background for health, armadas, and another thing. So I've only got the two going. So we should really think about cracking on with the armadas. But, Enterprise, here we go. Now, I'm running these. Now, I've got Riker in the command seat, and it's not his officer's ability that I'm using him for, because you'll notice his officer's ability is purely against Federation armadas. So ignore his officer's ability. What you want him for is purely his captain's manoeuvre, and obviously synergied with Beverly is now going to give 120% every single round. Increases weapon damage against Armada targets every single round, and that stacks each round. Obviously, I've got Kirk on the side because he's going to be used for morale to keep the Enterprise's shields up so it lasts longer. And then obviously Beverly, we primarily are using her for her officer ability because there's no specific Armadas. She sorts out your mitigation. This is a mitigation officer. Stack below deck, defense if you can. I can't remember what I've actually put below deck, but again, it's mitigation, and that's what I'm seeing with some of my numbers, how she knocks out straight from the get-go down to 56. She'll knock some off on that mitigation. So just to bear that in mind. Rev showed 2, I think, 2 ops 28. Yeah. Rev did show some lower levels hitting the 35s quite easily. I think there were level 35 players, but no, it just shows that the low levels still can hit these armadas and not have to worry. But anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with the first armada, shall we? So like I said, I've got 3 ships, and they're what we're going to use. So we've got a rare there, and we have the level 40. So this is the next one up from your level 35s. Anyone who remembers that 4-day Armada 1-on-1 event, you'll notice that the first point system said 35 to 39. Well, I've yet to find the 36, 37s, 38s and 39s. I've yet to find them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the jellyfish, I'm going to use as my lead. Now, before I do start it, I am also going to point out a couple of other things you want to look at. And it's clicking this I button in the middle. Now, you've obviously got your attack stats at the top here. Attack, defense and health. The health is always going to be a hell of a lot stronger. But if you take a look at the attack, that gives you an idea of what it can do. But what you want to look at primarily is the DPR. It's the DPR and its piercing stats. Its piercing stats are not very high for something this big. But its DPR is mediocre at best for something this big. Because of 38 million, you would think it would be slamming out a lot more DPR than this. So every single round, you'll be looking at around about 2 million hits each round. And so when you're setting out your fleet, what you'll need to do is you'll need to take that DPR and work out how much hull health the 3 ships that you're bringing is, and how it gives you an idea of how long they may last in a fight. Unfortunately, when it comes down to the mitigation side of things, you're going to have to run it unless you use a very complicated math. I did ask DJ about it, and he said there is a zombie spreadsheet. I can't remember, I think it's on his Discord, where you can work out your own mitigation, but you need to have your own research, your ship stats, and it's a headache to work it out. So the best way to do it is run a test. Yeah, run a test. Also, the critical damage on these things is not particularly high for an Armada. So the Cardassian ones do worse than this thing. But like I said, using that DPR against the 3 ships hull you're bringing in, and if we take a look at the jellyfish, my jellyfish's hull, I'm 2 million. So, in average, that would say 1 round, wouldn't it? But obviously, because we know the mitigation is 56%, let's just say let's half it. So the mitigation will be around about 1 million. And I know for a fact that my jellyfish mitigation every round is going to be, it's going to drop the mitigation of the Jem'Hadar battle flagship here down. So I'm going to end up lasting longer. Now obviously if I put more ships in, it's going to last longer as well, because it's not going to be getting attacked as much. So I just bear that in mind. Now obviously if I take a look at the thing's health as well, so now I need to be looking at what I'm going to be shooting. So again, I'm going to come up and I'm going to look at my DPR. My DPR for the jellyfish is 538,000, and that's going up against a hull health of 36 million. So then you take that 36 million divided by 500,000, you're looking at 72 rounds to do that. Now obviously you're taking in mitigation to account and how long you're going to last. So on the paper, you don't stand much of a chance against this thing. So, but you will. Like I said, it comes down to what crews you put on your ship as well. And it also comes down to your own research as well. Hi Matthew, yes he is treating me well. Welcomed me with open arms. So he did ask me if I wanted to join about a couple of months ago, but obviously I was happy in BWF at the time. So, but I mean if I ever got a chance to go back to BWF I probably would. But given the state of things with one of the players that I probably don't really want to poke a sleeping bear at the minute. I'm sure one day I'm going to get up and say, you know what, I don't care if you've got a problem with me. But hey-ho, let's not air grievances. But anyway, so those are things to also look at when it comes to dealing with these things, is DPR and the hull, both of the ships that you're bringing in and the target itself. So now as well, another thing that's not been really hammered into players as well is this thing has a ship ability. If you lose to this thing, it will regenerate fully. You will have no 2-tap on this one. It was mentioned in DJ's opening video about the Ark, and obviously I did mention it as well in my video, in a video as well I did, or was it the live stream? But hi Stan. But yeah, so this thing will regenerate every time. And I like the little quote here that they pulled from the episode where some renegade Jem'Hadar attacked Deep Space Nine for supplies, ran off into the wormhole, attacked another Jem'Hadar ship, leaving it adrift, and then obviously the Defiant comes across that damaged Jem'Hadar ship. They end up working together, and this. Obviously, I am a Metica clan, and I am dead. As of this moment, we are all dead. We go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly, for we are Jem'Hadar. Remember, victory is life. And for those who remember, and let me see if I can actually get the scripture right on this one. Because Miles O'Brien came in and this was a perfect combat. After the Jem'Hadar walked off, and just before they started going, Miles stepped up with his weapons. I'm Miles Edward O'Brien, and I'm very much alive. And I intend to stay that way. So it was just a brilliant comeback for that. And Cisco was like, amen, let's go. So I did enjoy that scene there. I just looked up these automated defences for miners. Holy God, it's looking OP, and will stop OPC miner kills in their tracks. Sorry, random now, but really? Where did you find that information, Andrew? That's actually interesting if it's going to stop OPC kills. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. So, obviously there is a couple of other favours as well. Bring that to mind. Which someone did mention, skins in the base. Okay. You've lost me with that bit. But anyway, there is a couple of things that someone did put a comment on a video about. It was I think it's the last few buffs when it comes to PvP, about how they're nerfing PvP. I never actually looked at it that way. I mean, I did look at the maths on it, if you remember from the live stream, and then the bits I copied into plus 5,000 weapon damage, 3+ shots per round for combat, and 8 rounds where the enemy can't fire. That's mad. That is mad. Defences won't work on the amalgam feature meridians, which is good. I shoot anything. If it's OPC, I'm shooting it. So that's me buggered for a lot of ships. That's not fair. That's mad. So 5,000 weapon damage. Yeah, as long as they're mining. 5,000 weapon damage. An extra 3 shots around in combat. So bearing in mind that a lot of these miners are energy-based weapons and they'll only fire 1 shot, 1 round. They only have the 1 weapon. So that increases that to 4 shots in a single round. Oh, 5,000% damage. Gee whiz. That is mad. That is mad. And it stops the attacker for 8 rounds from shooting. Wow. Oh, it looks like I've lost my all this talking and I've lost my Armada. Hey. But anyway, that doesn't matter. But no, that is mad. Gee whiz. So, right, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to leave Dude to do his Armada. And we'll go for this one up here. So let's get it started. As you can see, it's a 90-second timer. So you need to be quick on this. You will need to have all your ships in the same system. So let's crack on, shall we? So let's get the Augur in there and then get the Enterprise in. And then we'll have a quick look at the battle log as well. So just quickly calling up my handy dandy calculator, ready. So let's just put that over there. Look in the hangar where you unlock the ship skins. Ah, right, yeah. So I'll tell you what, we'll have a look at that right after this, because I don't want to miss this. But now, some of you noticed that my Cerritos is out. It's not in this system. It's in a system with higher armadas, because we are going to use one of these to actually go attack a higher armada. See if we can actually do it. Now, I've got, as I said, the Exocom's on. So the Exocom's I've got on is the 50% to hold both. It's a G3. And this one here, Armada damage as well. As you see, I've got about 20 minutes left on them both. So we have to get these two through pretty quick. And then what I'll do is we'll take a slight recess on Armadas to start missions or something. But yeah, so this is going to be, oh, here we go, 9 seconds. So this is going to be an easy kill for me. I'm most likely going to lose my Augur. My Augur usually dies. I think it's survived once. So here we go, in a fight. It's nice that we can bring our own fleet. And the Augur survived. Wow. And it survived with a lot better hull than I was expecting. Because usually the last time it survived, that hull was like a quarter what is currently there. Wow, that's not bad actually. Now obviously we're going to have to send the Augur home for repairs quickly. So while that's doing that, let's have a look at these skins, because that's actually got me very intrigued now. And you can imagine what this, here you go, ship abilities. So that's a new tab. Wow. So as you can imagine, whales are going to be going for these. But let's take a look at this. And there it is. When a player attacks you on a mining node, your combat officer abilities are negated. 100% to CM and OA. Okay, CM and OA. But you get a 5,000% base damage increase. Aha! there's the trick word. Base. Base. So bear that in mind. It is a base. It does not take into account any research. So we'll pull that up in a minute. 3 extra shots for the whole of combat. Wow. Now, is that per round? Or is that just 3 extra shots in the whole combat? And delay enemy weapons fire for 8 rounds. Wow. So that's going to give you 8 rounds where you can pound your enemy. I think these Vadars are going to have a hell of a hard time now. They're going to have a hard time. But bear in mind that these only work on your G3 and G4 faction ships. I would presume it will be the G5 faction ships as well if you are able to get them. But bear in mind that those G5 ones are available at Ops 58. Yes, a whopping 58. My Ogre is going to have a harder time. Yeah, that's fine, Andrew. Base plus that researches with the PvP crew. Might not need protective cargo officers. No, there's... Yeah, good luck on clearing 0 nodes. Exactly. It's going to make clearing 0 nodes a lot harder. But I'll send my Enterprise in. It's not going to stand up to my Enterprise. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to stand up to my Auger when it gets shooting. It's not going to stand up to my Jellyfish. All officers are negated. Yeah. So it's going to literally... Whatever... If you've got combat officers, say like Kirk, Jojo... Gorkin, all their abilities, forget them. They're not going to matter because they're not going to be used. It's only going to use this. So these are going to be very, very handy. Very handy. But yeah, so it's going to have to be a case of servers who have this 0 node timer where you've got to like issue a 5-minute warning or 2-minute warning. I think it's going to change it a little bit because we do get a lot of sleepers. I'm constantly seeing a lot of systems with 0 node sleepers, and I'm like, I really want to go clear these, but if I do it, I'm going to be called a rogue. Yeah, I ain't got time for rogue. So, and imagine one of these doing it, a G4 one, blooming hell. They're gonna hit back harder. Yeah. So, but luckily I'm still going to be able to go get me Isogen because I've been OPC hunting that one lately. So it stops incursion players from miners snapping for points. Yes, it could stop them, but if you decide to leave your miner out, it's not going to stop a player from 2-tapping you. It's not going to stop a player from 2-tapping you. Send 2 ships in. Send the Enterprise and the Auger in. I'm going to take your cargo. I'm going to take their points off you. So, but bearing in mind at the minute, the points in incursions is more damage base. So the more damage you can lay on a miner, the more points you're going to get. So these abilities completely negate Chekhov's OA. Officer ability, yes. And thank you, I just clicked what OA and TM stands for. Captain's Maneuver and Officer Ability. How thick can I get? But yeah, it will stop Chekhov's ability. So, yeah. Let's just bear that one in mind, because I do use Chekhov a lot, especially when it comes... But then again, I only use him primarily on my sarcophagus when it comes to... what do you call it? Friggin' takeovers. That's the words I'm looking for. So let's speed that repair up. And for those of you who have also noticed as well, Ops 42 is in the oven. I'm not rushing it. I could have gone to it today, but I wanted to speed up a couple of bits of research as well. So... Right, so let's get the Auger back out there. And as you see, the target's already reappeared. Luckily, the respawn rates on these things are incredibly fast. I think it's something like about 3 seconds. So that's going to be a bonus. So we've got 3 minutes while it travels. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack out that side mission I've got left over. And this is where I will get there. I'm going to find I've got extra bloody missions. Why didn't ask for that. I asked for the holodeck. So, no, there we go. One man's villain. This is a level 41. Ouch. I'm probably going to need a bigger ship for this one. So, but anyway, do I want to purchase this mission? Yes, because also you want to do it. So, which means the payout should be a little bit better than what I'm used to seeing. There we go. So, woohoo! It's our Bajoran friend. So, do we read him? No, we don't. Because we don't read humans. Also, come meet me in Kajal. The Resistance needs your help once more. Oh my god. So, let's go see him. And I'm going to send my Saladin. Obviously, if I'm going to need a bigger ship to shoot them, then we'll have to pause the missions while I get a bigger ship available. But anyway, you'll also notice I've not actually sent the Enterprise and the Jellyfish for repairs because, given the amount of damage they've got at the minute, I don't think I need to. Battle log. I almost forgot. Almost forgot. Now, as you can see, quite a handy victory. Not a problem. Let's go for the battle. How we last? Oh, we only went 20 rounds this time. That's good. So let's do what I usually do. Put myself in the middle because we know for a fact it's going to... There we go. Because obviously we're going to have both sides. So let's have a look who we got activated straight away. So we've got Crusher, Cisco, 5, Kirk, Riker, Giorgio, and Cisco again. So pretty much a full set. The only one who hasn't activated at the minute is 6. But yeah. So the Augur's mitigation starts off at... That looks a little bit higher than 50% if I'm honest. So let's have a look. So 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. And over... Oh, that's not going to work. Over 298 435. Says 71%. Yeah, that is actually about right. Full mitigation straight out off the Augur. Wow, that's good. So, again, that comes down to the crew. And it also comes down to research as well. So, let's just see how much damage the flagship takes off my Jellyfish. And what we'll do is we'll take the first one, the 103,000. So, 61,722. It's a shame I can't put this calculator on screen for you to actually see. But maybe one day when I get a better laptop and sort of like OBS or Prism Live, which is similar to OBS, on that laptop or a computer, and then I'll be able to show you all this a lot better. But it's all money these days. 59.6%. That Gemini flagship at the minute with my Jellyfish is mitigating 59.6%. So that's not bad. And then yeah, it keeps firing. That's not too bad. So what we'll do is we'll start going through these. And by the looks of it, 6 is finally activated as well. I've got 5 there. 5. Okay, not quite sure where 6 is. It's probably near the bottom of the list. But anyway, so where we are? Round 11. So my Augur's hitting critical. Jellyfish critical, critical. Augur critical, critical. Augur criticals. Yeah, so boom. Oh, there's 6. Hi there. So now I'm actually kind of curious now. What has the Jellyfish got its mitigation down to? So get down to around 20. Here we go. So the Jellyfish is already hitting criticals. It's already hitting criticals an awful bloody lot. So 62, 756. Have you done a raid? Hi Joseph, welcome to the stream. No. The chances are that's going to get added in tonight. I will get that in tonight. And my green screen's really playing up tonight. So divide 328664. And now I know it's a critical shot, but 19%. 19%. That Gemini flagship is mitigating off my jellyfish. Kind of says an awful lot, doesn't it? But anyway, let's collect the rewards. Oh, got 5 edicts as well. Woo! Can't even remember what the edicts are needed for. So, but anyway, right. So that's that one. Oh, thank you for coming so fast. Let's just move myself up a wee bit so we can actually read the actual. Has anyone actually found any more clues to the who the spy could be? Because I've had a new theory. For those of you who've done the core missions already, you'll notice that Admiral Wardle sends Kira and Cisco away, claiming it's on orders of Starfleet Command. It turns out, by the end of those core missions, Wardle is a shapeshifter. It's the female shapeshifter. So, does that throw a spanner in the works about who the spy is? Yes, it's going to be one of the 3, and that's already been told to us. It's going to be one of the 3. But could they be a shapeshifter? For those who remember the Deep Space Nine episode where Major Kira was being covered in stone, and Odo confessed his feelings for her, it turned out it was a female shapeshifter trying to figure out why Odo was so adamant he was staying with the solids. And Major Kira had been put in stasis by the female shapeshifter. So maybe one of our 3 is a shapeshifter. That could throw something interesting. So if you've not done the core missions yet, I'd highly recommend you go through it. And it is in the last parts 9 and 10. There, so maybe that could be a massive clue. I don't know. I mean, it might just be my imagination working overtime, trying to fill the storyline in already. So, okay, so we're going to make our way to Deep Space Nine. So what I'll do is I will send the Saladin on a slight journey there, because I'm not going to put it straight in yet because we need to do this one. So let's get going, shall we? Let's get it in. Do. There we go. So we get them into that. But yeah, interested to know what you guys think as well. Who do you think the spy could be? Just let me know if the music's too loud. Or if you can actually hear the music at all. This may not be Twitch, but who says we can't have a boogie and a dance to some music while we're playing a game? So... oh, more adverts. Gotta love Spotify. Well, 21 seconds, here we go. So like I said, the next Armada will actually be one of the higher level ones. So, has anyone actually tried to ever repair a condenser dryer? The actual drive belt itself. Bloody pain in the arse. Alright, so there we go. And the auger survived and boom. It's a little bit too loud on your end, is it, Where? Okay, no, that's no problem. I can turn it down a wee bit. So, it's the problem is I don't know the sensitivity on the microphone for my phone. So, but right. So what we need to do now is recall the fleet. So get them back, get them repaired, and get them ready to take on that bigger one. I'm going to have to stick a couple of extra exocomms on because I think we're nearly out. Yeah, we're going to be out of time by the time we actually get back to dock. So put the exocomms in, ready for... How's the rep grinding for your 42 uncommon ship? Oh, I'll show you. So, Romlian, as you can see, 37.4 million towards commended. Now, I have slowed down a bit with the introduction of the Jem'Hadar. I'm still trying to rebalance my day with all the grind and everything. Things have been taking a lot longer to do because I have been very busy of late. So, and then obviously with them throwing maintenance in this morning, it's like, oh yes. The hardest part is figuring out how to get into the bloody thing. Which bit do you mean, Mark? And hi, welcome to the stream. If duct tape, zip ties and sledgehammer don't fix this, get you? Yeah, I was actually joking, was it yesterday with my alliance about that, was doing some Cardassian armadas. And I was just saying, yeah, I just need some sticky back plastic and duct tape and things like that. I was like, is it Lieutenant? I came out, I made a net Crossfield. Lieutenant Crossfield, get control of that starboard baffle or something like that. So the dryer. Oh yeah, the dryer. Actually, it wasn't too difficult to get into. That was a bonus. A few screws and it was all done. But what it was is getting a drive belt for it offline. That was the worst bit. Because the one we actually ended up getting, I eventually found out this morning, it was actually for a vented dryer, not a condenser. Well, it didn't tell us that bit online. It just said, oh yes, this is suitable for your dryer. Yeah. So, 15 quid for that one. 12 quid for the actual one we needed. So, yeah, 15 quid out of pocket for an extra drive. But I'm sure I'll be able to find a use for it somewhere. So, I tried level 43 uncommon with my TNA Enterprise Auger and T4 Jellyfish with a cloaking activated, Cerritos Boot and failed bag with a little over 25% of hull left. Wow. Yes, that's where I got my... Yes, Kevin, that's where I got the actual fan belt. I actually went to an appliance store because I actually know one of the people who works there. And he was saying to me, no, yeah, that's a vented one, mate. I was like, awesome! Good old online. Never shop online. Never. But, hey-ho. That's the way it is. That's just life. I mean, when you come home from a shopping trip yourself to smell burning in the house, it turns out your fan belt, your drive belt on your dryer is actually fraying. It was still there, but most of it had been like frayed off and wrapped around the motor. Awesome, just what we needed. But yeah, so this is where I am at the minute, and I've also got 100,000 Romulan credits, so that's well and truly on the way to making sure that I'm going to be able to get this auger. Now, Federation is a different story. I've only got 1/3 the credits I need. Oh, sorry, about 25% the credits I need. And yes, I can actually go and get the Kelvin. I can buy the Kelvin parts, but I still can't build it yet. I need that Shipyard 42 as well. Hence the reason why I'm not rushing the Reputation up just yet. So, right, let's get these bad boys repaired. And here we go, all repaired. So, right, at least it didn't catch on fire. No, yeah, we was lucky that it didn't catch on fire. Luckily, my partner was actually in the house at the time, and she switched, as soon as she could smell it, she switched it straight off. started emptying it. So, Armada mitigation and penetration researches are where you'll shine on these. Yes, that is absolutely true, Andrew. Researchers are almost max for Ops 41. So, yeah. Where are your Armada researchers sitting on? If they're low, you're doing yourself a disservice. Yes. Now, Armada researchers. Let's have a quick look before we jump into that bigger Armada, shall we? So, research. Now, I can't remember where half these are. Now, I know the fact there's a few here in the outlaw tree. And if you scroll over here, you'll find a large number of Armada varying ones. I don't have the speed ups and the latinum to actually get through all these. But the one thing is, as well, you'll notice they are not aimed specifically at the exchange. So these will benefit you in all the different armadas you do. So just bear that one in mind. So you've got the 3 across the top, which I've opened them all. And then also you got 3 across the bottom here as well. Again, all opened, but defense is the one I've got the highest at the minute. So I haven't tried the above the 35s yet. Yeah, don't worry, Andrew. If you haven't got above them yet, do not worry. I think there's some in territory. Let's have a look. Armada tactics. So another one. Again, and this is base damage. Remember, base damage. So there's that one. That's the only Armada one, I believe. Yep. I'd say, do apologise, a very long day. Galaxy, I presume there'd be some in here. Path, Apprentice. No, there isn't actually any in here. Okay, it's a random question for you, right? Random question for you. I see people doing them with the same epic levels and a T6 jellyfish, but I'm sending my Augur and Enterprise to TN9. Oh, right, I was hoping we would have one. Yes, that's the one thing that's thrown a lot of plays for 6 this month, actually. Crit damage has increased massively. Cool. But yeah, the one thing is a lot of players have seen this month is we haven't got auctions. I think that's thrown a lot of players. Because I know a lot of players actually thrive on those auctions. But obviously this time around we haven't. Now, a question. This is what I was asking. Who's actually started all this? Who's actually been working the way through this? Remember, this is the new research that they brought in, which required all this rhodidium. Takes a friggin' long time to do, costs a hell of a lot in resources, speeds up, latinums, things like that, for such a pathetic gain. I mean, look at this, right? 31 million dilithium, 18.6 million titanium, 32 days to do it, just for level 1, just to go up 12%, and it only maxes at 60. Hate to think what the high levels are going to cost. But yeah, who's actually started this? Me. I've said I'm boycotting this research altogether. Yes, I'm going to keep building up the rhodidium because when they do actually make it a value, I'll be able to power through this. Well, within reason, it's speed ups and latinum that's going to be the issue. Rhodidium ain't going to be too much of an issue. But yeah, so I did for the Cisco event. Yeah, I got Cisco through an auction event. So, Ops 41, I'm going to save the rare and epic directives so they get me. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Just save them up. Just save them up. Just do those low level ones for now. And trust me, eventually you will get there. It's not a sprint. This game is it's a marathon. Would be the easiest way to put it. It's a marathon. Don't rush your way through it. Because trust me, it's not going to be worth it. Now, I think there's some Armada damage armada stuff in here. No, there isn't. You got the faction armadas, but that's it. So, and I'm not even sure if there's any actually in the combat tree, to be perfectly honest with you. So, no, there isn't. So yeah, the only armadas that I can find, what's these? Reactive damage, all ships when attacked. Okay, not bad. And then reactive defences, defence starts of all ships when attacked. Yeah, that's definitely one to actually get. 8% boost at 55 days. Yeah, not bad, I suppose. But yeah, so, right. Let's have a look, shall we? Because we're now going up to the big boys. Out of range. What a shocker. Let's do this Power Ranger style, shall we? It's disco time! So, right, here's me disco. Let's crew it out. Stamets! There you are, buddy. 1. And then group. Whee! Huber. Arium. And because I got an Uber, I don't need a lower deck. I never have a lower deck on my Discovery. It's very rare she goes into combat. Yeah. Now some in station. Oh, right, okay. So, let's jump the Discovery out. And then we'll have to summon all 3 ships. Yay! Good job we got some go-go juice, didn't we? I just realised, I've actually done the battle pass. Oh, clear the coast. No, I haven't. Because I've not done my Stella today neither. I'll do that in the morning. But anyway, what am I scheduled to actually get off the battle pass for the next level? Oh, directives and independent credits and officer tokens. So not exactly one to rush into, but yeah, they won't take long to do. About 5 minutes to do that. Right, let's get the fleet. Yes, I know. That one. I don't know why I actually summoned the jellyfish in, because the jellyfish could actually fly in without a problem. So now. And I'm a stupid idiot. There's no armadas in this system, is there? You freaking plonk. So this is going to be the next system, isn't it? Oh, the best bit is that can't even reach it. So now I'm going to actually, well, send the jellyfish in warping. Trust me to make this stupid mistake. I'm pretty good at that. So, yeah, I do apologise for that. I cocked up. These loot boxes need altering as well. There's just so much that Scopley need to do in game, but yet it just doesn't seem like they're actually interested. So right, 1, 2, 3. And that is the reason why we have efficiency. Right. So. Here we go. Here we go. I'll take this uncommon down here. So the next one up is level 43. So now, as you can see, this is 60.5 million. Ooh. But let's have a quick look at its stats. So it's got a 50 million health. But look at its DPR. Its DPR is not much higher. You'd think for something bigger, it would be bigger DPR, but it's not. It's actually less. It's definitely, sorry, not less. It's definitely bigger, but it's not that much. But hull 57 million. So that's going to be the one that's going to be the bit that's going to cause the problem. And I've just remembered I've not activated any hexagons. Oops. So that's not going to do me any favours. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll just do the Cerritos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... let me think. Right. Right, so we'll do the Enterprise. And... oh, look at that. Little circle. Ooh. Let's select the Enterprise. And then, oh, nice. Puts Riker up into the shipyard, but not bad. So now, Cerritos, what? It can't do anything. It's not. Ability cooldown. Where's the timer gone? Where's the timer telling me that the cooldown? Give us a nice cool little feature and then screw the next one up. I don't even know what my cooldown time is for the Cerritos now. Awesome. Just what we need. So, right. So I think now would probably be a good time to... right, start that armada. And then click back on Cerritos. And then what we'll do is we'll boost the jellyfish. That's if I've actually got time to boost it before the timer runs out. Which I don't think I'm going to have time to. It was better when I knew how long I had to cool down. Right, it's back online, so quick, click. Oh, for God's sake. Thank you, jellyfish. There we go. Right, so that's two ships buffed with 30 seconds left to go, so this is going to be interesting. Cerritos activation 1 has a scale. Yeah, I know the cooldown times get shorter. No, the cooldown times are usually the same. It's around about 2 minutes or something like that. Speaking from earlier on efficiency, I forgot I needed 4,000 Federation credits to upgrade Colbert. Yeah. Yeah, I'd recommend that you do spend those credits on him and get him boosted up. And I've lost because I only had 2 ships in the fleet. Where the freaking heck was my auger? Oh, God. Failed that miserably. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the battle log, see what that says. And I barely did any damage to it. Barely did any damage to it. Well, we went 18 rounds still. That's not too bad, I suppose. But with a 57 million hull, you are kind of punching up probably a bit too high. So maybe because my Enterprise is only a tier 6, maybe it's not strong enough to handle this. Now, let's see what this thing is mitigating at the start of the fight. So, 8960 divided by 129779. 62%. So this one's actually mitigating a lot higher. So let's just see if that coincides along with the Enterprise. So 195416 over 338282. 57%. So, yeah, it's mitigating a bit higher, but I'm sure by the time you get to the higher levels with it, it'll be mitigating a lot lower. Maybe if I did have the third ship in, I might have inflicted a bit more damage, but unfortunately now, it'll be at least 24 hours before I know any different. But what we can do is repair the fleet. Because if I'm right, we will be able to do a rare next. Right, so there we go. So they're repaired. So let's go to our faction. Bajoran. And exchange loot. Oh. No. We're not going to be able to do it tonight because I do not have enough. Yeah, Drew, the prime the support time gets longer as it goes up. Yeah, that's it. So the higher the Cerritos, yeah. So we're not going to be able to do this tonight, which is a bit of a bugger, really, because I was kind of hoping we could do a rare tonight. Yeah. Guess I'm going to have to go blast some more. Don't think this is going to give me anything, is it? Nah, it's not going to give me enough to go do it. Oh well, never mind. Sorry guys, looks like I won't be doing that tonight, which is a bit of a which is a bit of a shame, really. But anyway, right. So now I know there is one in here that needs edicts. Ah. Here it is. The elite loot exchange. And again, I need to be par strong for it. But this has got a chance to give you some extra directives towards armadas and everything. So a chance to pull a full uncommon, full rare, and a full epic. And obviously some officer shards, some ship parts. Yay! So, but yeah, kind of that's really gutted me now. I can't do that rare because I didn't get enough loot. So, looks like it for me. I'll be on the 4-day rota for loot, not the 4 opening days and the 3 following days. 1 rare a week. I think it was meant to be something like 2 rares a week, actually. Originally, I think that was the way it was going to work. But, yeah. Guess not. But we still have the missions that we can do, so I'll send a discovery home, and then we'll recall the fleet as well. Some of the fleet out. So let's have a look, see what the Bajoran guys got to say for us. But, yeah. We should reach out to the constable. If anyone has the information, it's him. Oh. This is the thing that annoys me, is when you got players that sit... Well, when these mission points appear, and it appear right underneath a player. Wow, Rodo writing off reports. Okay, so what purpose? Relevant. Yeah. Okay, so now, now we've got to go to the other side of the S9. Yay! Research it. Yeah, I think it is going to be a case of the research that's going to boost the amount of loot that we're going to get. And I think that's part of the loop. So, by looks, it's just going to take me a little bit longer to get into the loop than I originally predicted. Oh, hello, who's this guy? Oh, it looks like we've got a new guy coming in. Oh, my... There we go. Back to the other side. For Calanon. Okay. Something tells me... Oh, bloody hell. Something tells me I think we're going to be going up into Dominion space for this. Right, so we didn't actually look at the rewards for this, did we? So we're going to get a Ducat shard, and okay, so pretty mediocre rewards for that one. Okay, now this one looks actually pretty decent. 100,000 ship XP and 11 one-day speed up. So 11 day speed ups. That's not actually too bad. I think that's pretty good. So what daily goals have we got left to collect? Oh, right. So we've got exacoms because I used exacoms. Oh yeah, and I was doing some swarm as well, don't I? So how many swarm have I got left to kill? 12. Hee I might quickly squeeze that in before I go to bed. Yes, we are going into Dominion space. So, I like that graphic. I like that. That's nice. Nice little comet. Just sat there, burning away, doing nothing. Do you think Scopley could have probably made it going around the system? Would that have been an interesting graphic? Comet chasing! Hey, look at that. That's shoddy compared to what it was this morning. I understand why they've done it, but they could have actually communicated it to us. They could have actually told us. But I think we're kind of all getting used to the fact that Scopely don't communicate anything to us, really. Right, so he's back in it. So who do I need to summon? Him. And him. So let's put them back in dock. Right, here comes my Saladin. Oh. So how's everyone else's days actually been? You had a good day, busy day? What was your reaction this morning when you logged in to find it was maintenance? Was you even awake when it happened? Was that a rule of acquisition I just saw? And are we going to have to... Oh my god. 7.5 million titanium. What a businessman he is. Can't even negotiate a decent deal. Alright, so where are we going next then? Oh, we're travelling to another system. Nice. Uh, because I can't do that raid now, that's actually deflated me a lot. But I'm really annoyed the fact as well my auger didn't join that fight. I'm really annoyed. I think tomorrow when I get another armada, I'm going to have to actually make sure my auger joins and see how that pans out. But yeah, but what I'll do as well is I'll be taking the bits of that armada, these armadas as well, and I'll be putting them into a video for the armadas. Again, it's going to come down to how you want to crew your armadas as well. There are varying different styles. I mean, it is mitigation basically. What you need to do is you need to knock the flagship's mitigation right down as far as you can possibly go. I wasn't happy to do the 95k refine just before it changed to 15k. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too fussed myself about the 92k refine that I had for the 3 chairs. It was just the grind on top of all the other grinds that we've got to do. But it's like if I can get... The problem with me is it's getting more than 5 minutes in a run to actually do some grinding. And then when I come back to it, it's like, what was I doing? And constantly forgetting what I'm actually doing. And then obviously when I'm being out and the miners are finished mining. So it's like, well, what have I got to mine next and all that. And this is where I came out with the idea of maybe a personalised checklist sort of thing. Where we could actually just put in it what our targets are. I mean, they could move the rewards over to it as well. But I don't know, maybe it's like even Lucky Dip rewards. The whole game is based on RNG. The combats, the obstacles, the refinery. It's all on RNG. So what was one more RNG really, but... Well, yes, that's But no, I say if people like the idea of checklists, then that's brilliant. If they don't, then yeah, that's it. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, yeah, you can write out your own checklist. I've been doing it. The problem is keep updating it. That's the problem. So, but maybe I had to have print-offs. Where I can just tick it. Because coming back to my old laptop to quickly update something is a pain in the backside. Because then I've got to leave it on all day. And that's burning electricity. And when you're on a tight budget, you can't afford to be burning electricity like that. Especially with the modern day prices. I don't know what electricity prices are like across the pond in the States. But here they're getting silly at the minute. But what turns out is that some of the companies are saying we don't need these price increases to energies, but it's actually the Ofcom that decides it, and they're deciding what it goes up to. And then obviously the energy companies are having to take the flak. First in Attica. Oh, we're going up against the Jem'Hadar ship. What strikes? Wow. I don't think... Okay, so we're going to have to bring Discovery back in. That's quite clear. It's an Explorer. I think... my jellyfish should be able to take this on. One expecting a 5.8 million target, but then again, it is a level 40 mission. You know, I put the impulse research on these ships and it doesn't seem like it does actually bugger all to increase the speed of the ships. Still, like, feels like it takes forever and a day for them to get anywhere. I got it! I did better than what the Odyssey did. Right, so where do we have to go now? Oh, flee to safety. Are you joking me? You've got to turn the jellyfish around. Flee to safety in the system, deeper into Dominion space. I don't think Worf and Garrick ever had that when they were trying to outrun that Dominion fleet heading for the Alpha Quadrant. I think they were trying to actually get out the nebula. The same way that they came in, they were just being outflanked. Ooh. So, yeah. Right. I was trying to think, did I have anything else to put on tonight's schedule? And I don't think I did. I think I've pretty much covered everything for tonight, for tonight's show. The downside is these missions can get very boring with all the travelling time. Especially when you've got 40 seconds to fly across the system. But I suppose, where is my impulse research at? Has anyone else found like their impulse speeds they've actually got faster with putting this research in? I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, it's a 14-point increase. Wow. But it doesn't seem like it's an awful lot. It doesn't seem like it actually does anything. I'm surrounded by ships. Surrender or be taken by force. I do not remember the Jem'Hadar ever giving an ultimatum: surrender, otherwise we will take you. Don Makala. Oh. Wow. Dilithium or tritanium? Bribum or fightum? That's an interesting choice. So, do I want 4.4 million dilithium or do I want 20 million tritanium? That's going to be an interesting one. Let's do that one. Nope, so we're still going to end up having to fight them. Defeat 5 hostiles level 40 or higher. Okay, well, I suppose that's doable, but it's going to take a long time for me to do all that. So, you need the titanium, do you, Stan? To be honest, at 12.3 billion at the minute, I don't really need it, but to do a Valdorta where I need it, I'm going to need about like 30 odd billion. So that's going to be a lot to do. But anyway, what I'm going to do then is, because obviously it's going to take me about a quarter of an hour to fly out to a system to do these level 40 hostiles, because I might as well do it as part of the grinding. We're going to wrap up the show there. So we've done the armadas, we've looked at the faction store, and we've had a quick chat about the maintenance, the improvements, and an interesting look at these new skins. Well, these new ship abilities. So, but anyway, thank you everyone for coming to join the show tonight. Next live stream will be again next Tuesday. Hopefully, touch wood, we're not going to have another maintenance. I don't think there's anything more that they can add at the minute, not without wrecking the next couple of months. But I will say, as well, before I do wrap up, is I am currently now trying to work on a path of becoming a full-time content creator. So I might call myself YouTuber still from time to time, but I am also looking at changing it from YouTuber to content creator again. But I will stress this one as well. Even if I do call myself a content creator, I do not have an NDA with Scopley, so I do not have access to the information, the likes of what RevJuice does, Ultimate DJs, and everyone else, and no one shall. So obviously they have access to the information, and they do the things like the Battle Pass giveaways. I won't have access. I don't have access to do all that stuff. Obviously I won't be doing the Battle Pass giveaways until I'm a lot higher, and Scopley do ask if I want an NDA. Obviously, if they do offer an NDA, I will accept. Gives me access to that information. Means I'll be able to do Battle Pass giveaways, but until then, not. But I am working on it. I've been speaking with DJs, and he has told me it's a long, painful path to get up there, but obviously if I put the work in, then I'll do it. So I am available to talk to if needed. If you've got any problems with the games or anything you need escalating or bringing up, I can pass this up. If you do message me in Discord, I can pass this up to the NDA content creators who can file it with the necessary overlords at Scopley as well. Obviously, any suggestions or ideas for videos, obviously, please do drop them in my Discord as well. Quite welcome. I'm still working on that TOS Spock one. It's just getting around to actually doing it. So RevJuice has released a video. So what we got? How to get war shields. War shields? Miners can defend themselves. Is this a good thing to add war shields or not? Don't worry everyone, OPC will still be there to be had. Oh, so there's an interesting video. So we're definitely going to wrap up now. I'm going to go watch that. And I would encourage you to watch it as well. Obviously, support for all the content creators, including myself, us baby content creators, is very much welcome as well. So, like I said, I am working on my way to becoming a full-time content creator. I do try and respond when I get a chance. For those who notice with the comments that you put onto my YouTube videos, I do comment relatively fairly quick on some of them. But obviously, if I'm sleeping, then obviously middle of the night, yeah, it's going to be a few hours before you get an answer. So one last comment: I'm working on maxing out my stellar tree as fast as I can, so I can end that grind. Do you know any more? I can't say that I do know any more practical ways. There is the research in the starships, not starships, in the starbase tree, which will gain you the loot from the exchange armadas as well. It will increase your loot that you get off them. The uncommons, rares, and the epics. The epic is obviously the very last one. The uncommon is the easiest one to get your hands on. And then obviously in the Bajoran favors there's the uranium efficiency in there as well. So they're the only methods. They are looking at trying to expedite that tree, because if anyone who did listen to DJ's podcast, podcast, or the stage, as he added on, with the game designers. They are trying to bring some of the loops to a reasonable conclusion where even newer players are going to be able to fly straight through those loops in the game, through the Stellar loop, the Borg loop. It's like getting the older content, making it so much faster to get through, so much easier. Because obviously there's still a lot of players who are still playing those loops. You saw my outlaw tree for myself. I've still got lots to do. I don't do the exchange armadas very often. I build them up and then I'll do a sprint on them. I'm probably due to do a sprint on this weekend with them. So that'll please my new alliance, because a lot of them to be banged out. But yeah. So anyway, but like I said, I am working on trying to become a full-time content creator, working it around my busy life as well. So it's a balancing act. But I am here if you need to vent about something about in the game. Please feel free to drop it into my Discord. My Discord is actually a bit more free loose. Whoa. Right, somebody's really spamming. So I need to get off, get rid of these spams, because if anyone's seen this best adult dating site, do not click on it. Do not click on it whatsoever. I do not endorse this kind of advertising. So I will put that out there straight away. This will be taken down and reported to YouTube straight away. So I'm going to wrap up and I'm going to get them dealt with. So thank you for joining the stream, and I shall catch you on the next video. Stay safe, and live long and prosper, and have a pleasant evening or night. Goodbye. Oh, well. I can't even end the stream properly. Let's get rid of that.